point, because you know good and goddamn well I'm not going to accept that offer. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, 𝕊𝕼. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, we're going to be doing an April recap. Now, I have already filmed a portion of April sales on another video, and I'll have that one linked down below, but that video will cover just April 1st all the way up until April 15th. This video will cover April 16th all the way to April 30th. So if you guys want to see how it went for the first half, please check out that video. But this one is going to be the rest of the month's sales, and then I'll also do a recap at the very end, tell you guys what I've changed, what has went wrong, what has happened, all those fun things. So if you think you might be interested, please stay tuned. All right, so this month was actually my best month this year. Now, ironically enough, I feel like every single month is beating the last month, which that is the goal. I want every single month to just, I keep climbing higher and higher and higher and higher until I reach the threshold that I am, you know, loving. So first, I'm going to start with the sales that I made for the second half, and I'm going to pop everything on the screen. So if you're new here, I like to do these every month to show you guys what has sold and what I will pick up and what I won't pick up. But this particular time, I'm going to show you guys what have sold over $25. So the first thing is on Poshmark, and it is this Lulu's dress. I remember thrifting this at a regular thrift store, and I saw it and I'm like, okay, this is a Depop girls vibe. And I got it, and honestly, y'all, please don't look at the background, okay? I'm gonna move and I'm gonna get my background a little bit better, because I think this looks so tacky, like so incredibly tacky. This is a Lulu's piece. Like I said before, I don't really enjoy picking up Lulu's, but this style was a maxi dress. It was like a lace dress, and then it was also like a slip dress. So I was just kind of like, the girls is gonna like this. And I remember sending an offer and she accepted it. This is a Patagonia sweater. I found this at the bins, and when I saw it, I was like, who the hell left Patagonia behind? And then when it was time for me to look it over, so you know I can check comps and whatnot, I noticed that it had a logo on it. Now, if you are looking at this item right on the screen, you'll notice that the logo is barely visible because they did the same colorway, so you can barely tell. And I was like, somebody's gonna buy this, because somebody always buys Patagonia. They don't care about a logo, and I knew that that was gonna happen. This is just your PSA to pick up Patagonia, even if it has a logo. Somebody is willing to buy it, no matter what. But I wouldn't pick it up for like over, you know, $10 if it's like at a regular store. But if you go to the bins, pick it up, because I probably paid $1 for this, and I got a nice little return on it. This next one is the LL Bean dress. I also sourced this at the bins. I love LL Bean. It's like one of those brands that I don't really think about. I just pick it up and I really don't check comps because it always does well. Actually don't know why this is not on my 100% sell-through rate video. I'll probably have to make another one and add this one to it, because this one sells. Like, this one sells, and this particular item sells the best for me. I think I've had a lot of luck selling their sleep dresses, their sleep robes. This is a Lane Bryant piece, like I told y'all in my haul that y'all probably will be seeing on Friday. I don't necessarily enjoy this brand, and I actually never picked it up before, but since this was new with tags, I was like, let me test it out, and it did fairly well. It sold pretty quickly, and for a pretty good price point to say that it was a bins pickup, so I would pick it up again. I think that I will continue to like vet each piece from this brand, because some pieces, which one of them is sitting a lot longer than I would like, but what can you do? It's probably my fault because that style is not in. All right, this is a brand. I actually also picked this up because it was new with tags, and it was called Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. It is a plus size brand. When I brought it home, I realized that it was petite, so I was like, shit, like, why would I pick this up? But this actually sold within like a few days, so I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't a mistake that I picked up a plus size item that was petite, because it is some, you know, short, thick girls out there. This one was the highlight of my sales for last week. It actually didn't sell for much. I accepted her offer. I initially always send out 22% with discounted shipping on anybody that likes anything in my closet, and she actually countered to 35, and I almost countered back, but then I was like, okay, how long is this really gonna sit? This is a newer style. It's not vintage. It is not anything about it that is making somebody want to pay more for it. So I was just like, you know what, just go ahead and accept it. And I accepted it. She jumped in my messages and told me like, hey, could you get this out? I'm gonna be going to Disneyland soon. And I was like, of course. So yeah, I'm happy about it. This one did get quite a bit of attention on all of my platforms, and if you guys do not know, I like fast flips. So if you come in and you give me a pretty good, you know, counter offer, or just an offer in general that is very reasonable, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna accept it. This was my one and only you know, what is this called, bundle for the second half of April, and it was these 2 sweaters. I was talking a little bit of shit about Wild Fox, but she ended up selling it in this bundle, and the bundle sold for 36. They put it in their cart, and they ended up sending me an offer because I was actually about to send them an offer. Thank God I waited a little bit, because the offer that I was going to send them was going to be a little bit lower, just because I was trying to get rid of 2 sweaters, especially the Wild Fox one. But I was really happy. I was really happy about it, and they got a good deal, because that Oliver bonus, that both of these were Ben's pickup by the way, but that Oliver bonus sweater, I picked that one up off of Style, but I did notice that that brand is actually from the UK. So I figured that if it didn't sell on Poshmark, it probably would have sold on eBay through a, you know, international buyer, but who really knows. All right, so this one was a really sweet sale. I know for a fact if I would have waited a little bit longer, I probably would have got a little bit more. And to be honest with y'all, I think I actually listed this entirely too damn low. So as of late, I have been getting in this mode of like, okay, I don't think I want to pick up slip dresses anymore, because I have had two Victoria's Secret slip dresses that I've had over a year. Both of them are from the 90s, so they pretty much checked off 2 points. They're slip dresses, they're from Victoria's Secret, I guess 3 points, and they're vintage. And I'm wondering, why are they still here? So I was just like, you know what, let me slow down with picking up slip dresses. But then I realized, like, wait, you've been selling other slip dresses from other brands that are vintage, and maybe Victoria's Secret is just slowed down. I said all of that to say this particular item, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, you are beautiful, you're coming home with me. I think that maybe somebody that followed me on my Instagram is the one that sent me this offer. It was Fredericks of Hollywood, and it was actually vintage. So these are just some Nike golf pants. These are actually women's. At one point in time, I remember somebody saying on YouTube that Nike golf was discontinued. So I want to say last year I was picking it up. Anytime I saw it at a regular thrift store, I picked it up. And I don't know why the fuck I did that. So these sat for almost a year, definitely close to a year. It might even be over a year, I can't remember. But I remember sending out offers. Of course, this was relisted, and Pasha VA sent out a 22% off plus discounted shipping, and they accepted it. So I was really happy to see it go. The next one is this American Airlines jacket. I had recently heard about this, so I decided to pick it up, and I was really happy that I did, because it did get a lot of attention on eBay. I think I had 3 or 4 likes or watchers over there, so I was assuming that it was going to sell over there, but it didn't. So this one actually sold on Poshmark. It sold for my full asking price, which I love. So yeah, the next one is this pair of Adriano Goldschmied pants. I actually just saw these, if I'm not mistaken, and they sold fairly quickly. These sold through an offer to likers. Again, Pasha VA sent it out. I'm pretty happy about it, especially because they're mid-rise. I feel like if they were high-rise, I probably could have waited out a little bit more, but I don't typically price these that high. I think I start them at like $35 and just kind of go from there. So this is actually from my personal closet. These are just some Athleta shorts. I wore these to the ground in the summertime when I was pregnant. These were my favorite shorts to wear, just because they were so comfortable and they were stretchy and they were just perfect. I just decided to sell them just because I can't fit them the way that I would like to fit them. So I thought that I should rehome them, and somebody actually swooped in really quickly. She asked me would I accept her offer. I told her yes. So this one actually sold the exact same day I listed it. I think I cross-listed it as well, and it sold. They sent me an offer and I accepted it because it was only $5 off what I initially listed it at. And I got this from the bins. The only thing was it was a sweatshirt, so I was like, I don't know how long this may sit, so let me price it to sell. So 28 was a pretty good price point. I thought it was gonna sell for about 15 to 20, but she sent me a $23 offer, and I of course accepted it because we love a fast flip. All right, the next one is this Adidas velour jacket. I loved it. This one sold so quickly. This one was getting attention on all platforms, and when I was at the bins and I saw this, I was like, oh, you're coming home with me. But I thought about it. I was second guessing myself because Adidas have really just declined for me personally. But since this was a velour material, I thought that maybe it would do a little bit better, and it was of a larger size. So I think with both of those factors, that's how it got sold. And yeah, I think I had it listed at 32 on all of my platforms. I noticed the attention that it was getting immediately, so I bumped it up to $40. Call me what you want. And they ended up liking it, so I sent them a $32 offer and they accepted it. So here we are. This is a 𝕄𝕗𝕄𝕗 skirt. This actually sold for $26. So clearly I had it on discount already, and then they sent me an additional one. I was actually trying to accept offers a little bit more on eBay, just because I really want eBay to get up there with Poshmark. But yeah, so this one sold for $26. I think I showed this in a vlog if I'm not mistaken, and I was really happy. No, I'll take that back. It was a haul video. I'll link it down below if you guys want to see it. So this one sold pretty quickly though. So this next one was from a brand called Laura Biagatti. I don't know how to pronounce that. I already know I fucked it up. But it was a silk scarf. When I saw it at the bins, I was like, okay, the quality feels nice. The colorway is beautiful. Let me check it out. Looked up her name and I was like, oh, wow. So I ended up taking it. I had it listed at $45. They came in and sent me a $29.50 offer. Of course I accepted it because, you know, what's $15 off? Because eventually I feel like I try to look at the biggest picture when it comes to accepting offers, for the most part anyways, is how long is this gonna sit before the right person comes along and buy it at the price point I want? Or is this gonna sit and then I'm gonna keep dropping the price, and it eventually sells for something a lot lower? So that's why it's like, I don't mind it most of the time, but it's like sometimes when people send offers, some of them are insulting. So like, I have an item listed for $225. You send me an $80 offer. Like, be fucking for real. Like, you really think I'm gonna accept that? But if you sent me a $150 offer, or even a $130 offer, I would entertain it. I would entertain it. We probably would go back and forth, but I would entertain it. So it's like, when you send an offer, I know for the most part you are really trying to get a deal, and that's understandable. But at the same time, do you really think somebody is going to accept that? Exactly. So that's why it's just like, I don't be knowing half the time. But anyways, I got 2 Judy Blue sales on eBay. The first one was this pair. This was a larger size. It was actually my first time picking up a larger size in Judy Blue. I sent them an offer because I think I had this one listed at $48 if I'm not mistaken. Sent them a $38 offer. They accepted it. So this next one, I was really happy to find this one because this was a more current style, if you will. Because most of the time when I find Judy Blue, it's always a skinny. This one was a boot cut and it was a great size and it was in excellent condition. So I listed it pretty high. It was at 52, which was pretty high, but I kind of wanted to get about $40 for it at the very minimum because I did get this at a thrift store and not the bins. So when I seen that they liked it, I sent them a $45 offer, or they sent it to me. I think they actually sent it to me if I'm not mistaken, and of course I accepted it because that was very reasonable. The brand is called Tommy Copper. I picked it up at the bins and I thought the quality of it felt really nice. Checked quick comps and I was like, oh, this brand does pretty good, and I went on and got it. And this one actually sold the exact same day that I listed it, and you know, we love to see it. This one is that Disney Jersey mom you know, top that I got. I was really happy that this one sold as quick as it did. I have been slowing down with picking up Disney. I try to pick up more substantial pieces because I find a lot of Disney t-shirts, but it's like, I know that it's oversaturated. So let me make sure that I pick up something with some type of substance to it. And this one has substance because not only was it a Disney jersey, and it was pink. It had Mom on it and Minnie Mouse. So I was just like, somebody's gonna love this. So they came in, they sent me a very reasonable offer. I had it listed at $35. They sent me a $30 offer, and I'm like, of course, like, it's yours. But anyways, these are a pair of Miss Me jeans. I'm gonna be honest, when I saw these at the bins, I picked them up and then I threw them back. And then I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I have sold colored denim before when it comes to Miss Me, and I think I sold those for a pretty good price point, and they were like this teal color that I also got from the bins. So I was like, let me just pick up these red ones. Picked them up, and I did price them pretty high. I know I priced them high, but they actually sold full asking price, and y'all know that that is so rare on Mercari. All right, so now we move on to Depop. This is just a royal bone skirt. I remember picking this up and I was like, this is gonna sell on Depop, and lo and behold, it sold on Depop. And I had this listed at like either $55, I want to say, and I was running that 30% off sale. Somebody came in and bought it for $38.50, which it was a sale price, and I was really happy about that because that is what I love to see. I love to pick up a vintage piece for Depop and then it sells on Depop for a really good price point. Like, you can't beat it. This was a Lululemon's tank t-shirt. Why did I say tank? I don't know why. I picked this up at the bins as well. It still had the tag on it and everything. I think it was actually brand new, but I ended up having to wash it because it had deodorant marks on it. And I was really happy. And what's so crazy too is that when I initially listed this, I'm like, I want this to sell quickly. So I think I had it at $35 or $28. I think it was $28. And then I went on Lululemon website because I was trying to get the exact name and everything, and I noticed it had sold out. So I was just like, oh, interesting. Lululemon at the bins just hit different for me. Like, I don't know what it is. I know that it's like super oversaturated and whatever, but I'm gonna pick it up. Like, I'm gonna pick it up always and forever. This one was pretty exciting only because I saw a listing for this one. I initially picked it up because I was like, oh, this looks dope. Got it at the bins. And when I checked comps, I noticed that it sold for $35 on eBay. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna price mine at. Only because I didn't want to price it at $45 because I really wanted to get $30 to $35 for it. And I didn't overprice it mainly because I'm like, okay, we're moving into spring and I don't want this to sit, so let me just price it at that price point. And it actually sold full asking price on Depop, and I was just really shocked, but I was really happy about it. So all right, so to just like wrap it up, I made 92 sales in total on Poshmark. I made 45 sales in total on eBay. I made 24 sales on Mercari and 7 on Depop in total. So I made a decent amount of sales. So I actually sold 168 items, and I made an additional $200 for this month compared to last month. So we love to see it. I have to say that this month really surprised me because the first 2 weeks was amazing. Like, I think I made like damn near 2/3 of my sales for the first 2 weeks, and then it kind of died down, and I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? And looking at my numbers now, it's almost kind of laughable because I'm like, I'm sitting here saying, oh, it's so slow, let me send offers, but I was still making sales without me having to send offers, because I try to specifically send offers for like jeans. I'm gonna send 40% off. Jackets, I'm gonna send 40% off. So I try to do it like that versus sending a 40% off offer on all of my items, because at the end of the day, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm gonna make sure that I accept more offers because I feel like I have stopped accepting a lot of offers. They're low balls, and it's like, I need to remember that I'm trying to profit off of these items and not just hoard them so I can get an extra 10-15 bucks, and I feel like I've worked on this. Like, I've come a long way, don't get me wrong, but I still have days where it's like everything is slow and people are sending me lowball offers and I get upset. sometimes it depends on my mood, to be completely honest, because some days they'll send little offers and I'm feeling like, okay, well, I haven't had a sale all day and it's 5 p.m. let me accept this low ball offer because I need to make sure that I'm bringing in sales. And then it's other days where it's like they send me a low ball offer and I feel insulted, so then I instantly decline, instantly. And I know that it's not good to decline. I understand that, but I feel like at the same time, if I have an item listed for $200 and you send me a $60 offer, I think that you are playing in my face at this point, because you know good and goddamn well I'm not going to accept that offer. You just trying to bring me down low, so then when I counter, I can be on the low spectrum. And you're not playing mind games with me. Let's keep it a buck. You won't play mind games with me because you won't win, okay? But anyways, I digress. That is something moving forward that I will try to like recognize, like at the end of the month, if it is an item that is set for a long time, or I had to relist it a few times, or whatever the case, I'll let it go. And I've been getting better with that. But if it's an item that I just listed and it's getting a lot of attention from multiple people, I'm not gonna play with you. All right, so the changes that I've made wasn't really a lot for the month of April. The only thing that I'd done differently was on eBay, I actually bought a bigger store. So before I had the $250, which was the free one, and then it was the $5 store. I don't know what that one really came with, but it wasn't enough. Whatever it wasn't enough. So I bumped it up to the $20 a month store, and I noticed that my sales actually kind of doubled. It was close to doubling. I think I was a little off because I was averaging about 20 to 25 sales a month on eBay. If I can kind of like stay on track, it'll get better over there. I think the only thing that I've been noticing with eBay is that my price point is, I feel like for the most part, kind of reasonable. And you can swoop in with a like 30% off and I will accept it, because I feel like 30 to 35% off is very reasonable. Most of my sales on eBay come from people sending me offers, or if I drop the price down, they'll send an offer from that. So I don't know. I'm starting to think like I want to be very mindful, because if I'm paying for a store, if I'm paying for a promotion, if I'm paying you know, the fees and pretty much everything that comes with eBay, I don't want to be losing on the back end, you know? So if I can price these items at a somewhat buy it down price on Mercari, they'll just take their 12% and call it a day, you know? And it's roughly 12%. And I don't have to pour so much money into, you know, trying to make more money. So I'm gonna keep testing it out, and I'm gonna see. But for the most part, I'm gonna keep it up. I'm not gonna change anything really for eBay, because I feel like it's performing the way that I want it to, but I want it to get a little bit better. I want it to get up there with Poshmark. I plan on continuing to grow my store. I currently have a little bit over 600 listings. My goal is to reach about 700 for next month, or this month. It's May 1st today. I'm filming this. So I don't know, like it's not really much that I want to change, because I feel like everything leading up to this point has did what it needed to do. Like everything that I've changed, tweaked, worked on is working, and I'm finally seeing the fruits of my labor. If you actually enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe, because we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. But yeah, thank y'all so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. 𝕊𝕋